Hello, and welcome everybody to episode 4 of No Outside Food Allowed, or the Nofa Show. We're here to give you our totally biased opinions on everything in nerd culture, including games, TV, tech, sports, etc. As always, I'm Adam, the man with the plan in today's heist, or Mr. White, my fellow cohorts. That's a good word. Felix, Chris Felix, how are you?
I'm doing good, buddy. How you doing?
Doing well.
What's your code name?
Pick one. I was going to originally just pick for you, but go ahead, pick one.
I'm just going to go with Mr. Blue because he got out of that situation easily.
Mr. Blue.
Yeah.
The old guy.
It doesn't work well for the rest of that crew if you haven't seen that movie, so he got out pretty easily.
There you go. We got Sam Lim.
A.K.A. Mr. Blonde.
Mr. Blonde.
Can you hear me now?
He's just the guy that like to beat people up.
Chopping ears off.
Eddie McGowan.
I guess I'll be Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown. He's full of shit.
Because I'm the tannest one here, right?
A.K.A. Birthday Boy.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Edward.
Mr.
That's
Birthday.
right, and Mr.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
On the air.
Very nice. And, of course, Chris Gagne.
I chose Mr. Pink out of the comic relief aspect, so not
There you
the
go.
best name, but
No, but we all loved Belushi, so... Or Buscemi, sorry.
Buscemi, yeah.
Plus, you got good jokes, so it works.
Don't appreciate the spreading of not wanting to tip, but it's a pretty funny moment.
Yeah, right. As Las Vegas natives,
Oh, gosh.
we tip everybody.
The
so
debate.
That's a good movie.
So it
debate,
fits
I
that
think.
I'm not tipping. I don't live in Vegas, so you got to
There
work.
you
You got to
go.
work for it.
We got a lot to cover today. First of all, we're going to cover the Super Bowl. That's the big thing this weekend. Of course, this will be out after the Super Bowl airs, so you're going to get our opinions, but you're going to know the outcome. It'll be funny for you, I think.
With how terrible we are at guessing at things.
Yeah, it'll probably, all our guesses will be wrong. Don't bet what we, choose. Also, we're going to be covering all the remakes that are coming out, what our opinions are of them, whether or not they're going to be worthy of our list of favorite guilty pleasure movies. That should be lots of fun.
Uh-oh.
And then also, we're going to try and school you in a little anime today.
That's right.
How it's not a genre.
Yeah, that's right. Not a genre. Just, I don't know what it is exactly, but Eddie's going to talk about that a little bit later. Anything you want to cover before we jump in here, fellas?
What's everyone been
Well, I
playing?
guess today's
Saturday
special.
edition.
Saturday edition.
Saturday.
Yes.
Dude, I got Monster Hunter.
Yes.
It's actually pretty awesome.
That
I
game
guess
is
it's getting
amazing.
addicting.
Yes. I'm already 20 hours in, and I'm normally not like that with games lately.
Okay.
Dude, I put like 5 hours in. I feel like I haven't done anything.
Are
I'm
you-
just like training
have
a
you
lot,
played-
just like reading everything.
I'm sorry, have you played with anybody, Eddie?
Oh, yeah. Me, my cousins, and some friends, yeah.
Very cool.
I've been watching my little brother play on his Xbox,
Yeah.
and asked him to compare it to Dark Souls.
Oh, my God.
And because I'm not a fan of
He
Dark
said-
Souls, so what was the?
He said they're both difficult, but their own different little ways. But they're both still fun and challenging game. Like he loves the challenge all the time. He was telling me how you don't level up, but you just have better gears and better moves.
Basically, the way you advance is by farming creatures, getting parts, and taking them to the workshop, and they build you better and better gear. So your character is gaining in strength incrementally through
You're mining
upgrades.
You're mining resources, basically.
Yeah, basically.
There you go. Very cool. I actually managed to beat Persona 5 this morning.
Did you
Wow.
really?
We should give him a round of
Nice.
applause.
Good job, dude.
It's a long game.
It was almost 100 hours I put in that one.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
And that was just for one game,
Yeah,
one
game.
playthrough.
Really good game, though. I feel smarter and I feel more like socially aware. I feel like I want to go out and, be the best person that I can be after playing this game. I don't know. It's weird.
That's good.
That's good. So, yeah, it was
How many hours out of 100? How many was spent reading?
Oh, gosh, probably at least half. I mean, there was lots of dialogue in this
Lots
game.
of yeah.
Yeah,
Of
pretty
course.
heavy dialogue. But I enjoyed it. Really good game.
What game you working on, Gagne?
I, because it was free, played Batman: The Telltale Stories.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I picked that up.
Yeah, I mean it's not.
Were you a good Batman or a bad Batman?
I like to mix it up. I got turned down by Catwoman, and my wife rolled her eyes plenty of times, like you're a softie, and I was like, yeah, I'm trying to bag Catwoman. Isn't that Batman's
of
point?
Of course.
They're getting married, man. They just put a date on that.
Oh,
DC
fantastic!
Comics. Yeah, this summer they're getting married.
Very nice. Good for Batman.
It's
Finally,
only taken them 60 years.
I know, right?
it's probably going to end swiftly. Yeah, no, probably not.
I don't know.
Like-
Good question, I guess. Maybe, maybe not.
I feel like the wedding's gonna be ruined by Red Hood for some reason. Like deep down inside of my
He's going to lose the
souls.
ring.
Could be. He didn't want to put a ring on it.
Yeah, like how is this gonna? Are they gonna get married like in costume? Like are they gonna have like a real ceremony? Like just Batman in his Batman suit, and
That would be
Catwoman in
funny,
the leather.
They're going to have two
Maybe two
ceremonies.
different ceremonies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a Batman in a suit. Like that'd be hilarious.
For some reason, I just picture Alfred rolling his eyes and saying "finally." Like, he does a slow dad clap. I'm proud of you, son. Took it so long.
Yeah.
That's good. Jump into some sports. That's totally the opposite of what we're talking
Yeah.
about here.
That's fine. We can do that.
Yeah, tomorrow's the big game.
Wait, can we play the Sports Center intro? Do-do-do. Do-do-do.
Hey, we want to pay for that.
Yeah, whoa.
Oh,
That's
whoa.
Disney you're talking to right there.
I think we owe him
This is
25
listening.
cents just for saying it.
Just for
For
mentioning
saying
it.
ESPN. Shit, I said it again.
Jobs,
Yeah, right? Ching, cha-ching.
Now you owe $1.
So we got the Eagles and the Patriots. As a Cowboys fan, I can't really root for either one of those teams.
Gross.
What do you think, Gagne?
I have tried to find an angle to see how I'm going to enjoy this Super Bowl. Even as
There you go.
a fan of Tom Brady, he's a Bay Area kid. We've seen him so much that I don't even know what to root for. Like I don't like the Eagles. I guess I'm rooting for the Patriots, but I've decided to kind of angle my viewership to commercials and prop bets and kind of
Like the entertainment part.
yeah, the absurdity of the Super Bowl and Justin Timberlake's performance at halftime. And
We're hoping for another nipple, right?
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, how long did that
even if
carry
it's-
conversations?
Even if it's his nipple. Come on. Man.
I'm sure there's a prop bet for that.
I have not found. I did find some funny prop bets. There is an over/under on how many times Trump tweets during the game.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez.
So I think it was
Somebody kneels, he'll go off.
Yeah, it's set at like 1.5. So I would say that's an over.
I
Absolutely.
think that's an easy over.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I was kind of disturbed to see that you can actually bet on whether a player will leave the game for a concussion. So I was kind of thinking,
Really?
I was like, that's a little. I don't know
That's
if I want to
interesting.
bet.
That's like some what was it, like rollerball or some of that kind of
That's pretty
futuristic
dark,
kind of
dude.
stuff.
That's pretty dark.
Yeah, and the other
Well,
one,
they cleared Gronkowski, so he's going to play.
he is.
So I guess if he takes
hate
any
that
kind
guy.
of other hit, he could possibly go out again. So
But see, I'm afraid if Gronk takes another hit like that, like it'll put him out of the game for good.
Oh no.
I don't.
Oh no! I'm saying,
Right.
I don't like him as a player per se because super cocky. But like personal wise, like
He's a damn good player.
yeah, like that hit he took was pretty rough. Like for a guy his size to get shaken up to be that dizzy, another one of those, and he'll probably be out for good.
the bigger
dude.
they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah, there's
I don't. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. I was just gonna say the only other really like silly prop bets. Of course, there's how many times is Giselle going to be shown, and what Belichick's color of hoodie choice is going to be.
Really?
Blue or gray?
Yeah, you can actually bet on these things. So.
Belichick's gonna wear his Sunday best.
What kind of color?
There's got to
Justin
be a
Timberlake's
bet on
shoes
his
are gonna
smile,
be?
though, right?
Oh, that's a good one.
How many times he smiles?
That should have been that would have been a good one.
Over under.
If he smiles, that
one.
means that they
It'll
won.
be one because they won.
Yeah, one.
Yeah.
Did they win? Yes or no? Then you might get a smile.
I don't know. What else are you guys expecting to see on the Super Bowl besides the two teams?
I'll tell you again, I'm a Cowboys fan, so rooting for the Eagles is not going to happen for me. Unfortunately, that means I have to kind of root for the Patriots, even though that
Kind of, sort of.
kind of puts
You
them
can
at
just
more
watch the
Super
game as a
Bowls
neutral
than-
fan. You don't have to root for anybody.
Just looking for some good
All right, to be
football.
honest, then I'm just
Yeah.
rooting for a bunch of injuries. Is that
That's what I'm doing. What's wrong?
Bitter.
I'm sorry. I hate everything about this
So
game. I
when
want it
we
to be
watch
over as
this
quickly
game,
as
are
possible.
we gonna take a shot for every time someone gets hurt? Is
Oh,
that how
I'll have
this
a great time if that's what we're doing.
so?
Not
so
drunk enough.
who we rooting for? Anybody rooting for the Eagles in this panel?
I'm rooting
Yeah,
for the
rooting
Eagles, just for the simple fact that they haven't won a Super Bowl. So
They have
I'm like,
not won a Super
I'm
Bowl.
all about the underdog.
I'd
Don't
love
get me
to keep
wrong.
it that way.
Like,
Yeah, we got to have that one team that just doesn't win. I like the Eagles being that team.
We already have Cleveland.
Hey,
Don't we
you have the Browns.
They got the
You have the
Browns.
Browns.
And
okay.
they're just such
Yeah,
an
but they
obvious
never win
joke.
a game.
I mean, they're called
all right?
the
They
Browns.
never win a
But like I know that Tom Brady's like one of the best quarterbacks to ever live. But come on, I'm tired of seeing him win.
You know what's funny is this comes out on a Tuesday, and everybody's going to already know that either Tom Brady's going to be like the best ever, period, right?
You know, no discussion.
the goat, the
Or the
greatest of
Eagles
all time.
actually managed to pull one over and win a Super Bowl. So I think that's going to be an interesting.
It'd be an interesting contrast how the world works. Definitely, I know for a fact that like if the Eagles do win, I know that whole city's calling off sick Monday. Like every job's gonna be like, yeah. What's your excuse? Oh, you're
I
tired.
think regardless.
You have a flat tire. Okay.
Right, regardless.
It's gonna be a riot.
Yeah, all of Boston and all of Philadelphia, they're just going to shut down on Monday. Like no one's working out there.
Philadelphia, they have like the worst fans. So I'm sorry. Like these are the ones that threw snowballs at Santa back in the day. they'll never gonna live that down. All right.
I have actually been to a Philly game, and they're okay. Well, I went to a Flyers game, so I mean the hockey fans were okay. I mean, I had a good time. They're definitely known for that, though.
For me, my experience wise is definitely Chargers fans, and sometimes Dodger fans.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Didn't a guy get murdered in
the parking lot.
in the parking lot of a
Stadium.
Dodgers game?
Yeah, wasn't that a San Francisco like Dodgers game or something like that?
Yeah, there's been some nasty things.
There's some big rivalries, that's for sure.
People take this shit too seriously.
People just suck
Way-
sometimes.
Well,
way too serious.
however, this guy did learn. Freaking 2 cups of hot chocolates, fucking $17.
oh Jesus.
Where at the stadium?
Yeah, at freaking AT&T
Lordy.
Field. Because I remember I went to my first Giants game with Gagne, and I'm like, man, it's cold out. Let's get some hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And like they give me 2 shots, 2 little shots.
Oh,
It's
man.
like 6 ounces per cup, and I'm like, how much?
Excuse me.
17?
Hey, man, they were exquisite. They were made with Ghirardelli chocolate, so
Okay, you know what? You're right. I'll give you that part, but still, 2 dudes, hot chocolate, $17. Man,
Win for the stadium.
I didn't even get a hug. I didn't get a hug. from
Expensive
Gagne.
date.
What a horrible date.
Wow.
That's the way stadiums go, man. Everything's overpriced. The Dodger dogs, they're like the
Oh, jeez, I'm sure
the
they're arm
lamest
and
looking
leg.
hot dogs, but they're like $8.
They're so gross.
Yeah.
They're so gross. I bought a box of them. I was like, I'm gonna try these. So gross.
Worst idea ever.
That's what I'm saying. AT&T Stadium has better food. I'm just saying, it's a nicer
didn't-
stadium
I mean,
for baseball.
yeah, you pay for it, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Are we all in agreement then that we all think the Patriots are going to win?
I do think they're gonna win. I'm gonna ask this guy Chris next to me. His face is already
face
like his
says
face is already
he's
like
so excited.
just grunging
This
at
game
me.
could just like go away and just not happen. I'd be totally okay with that. Because regardless of what happens, I'm not going to be happy with the outcome.
Right.
So I'm gonna say that New England's gonna take it, and I'm not happy about it. But at the same time, I wouldn't be happy either way.
Did you want some chowder? You want
What?
some chowder to feel better?
I like chowder.
What
You want like chowder?
kind of score, Felix? What do you think?
I seriously don't care. I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game. That's my thing.
You're like, I just wish it would just
21-34.
7-10 and just disappear.
nope. No way.
Tw-
Not in
21.
any game that Tom Brady's in.
Yeah.
Once Tom Brady smells blood, he just wants to stomp you.
I think it's gonna be like 24, 27,
Who's starting? Is it Nick Foles?
Nick Foles,
like
yeah.
10.
Okay.
Nick Foles, yep.
Foles is gonna fold.
I say the Patriots take it by a touchdown.
I
Just by
think the
one.
line's something like 5.5. Or it could be a little lower now.
It's 4.5 now, yeah.
Is it 4.5 now? Mm-hmm. There you go.
But I do hope Philadelphia wins.
I'm guessing the Patriots something like 27-17.
So 4 Patriots, 1 Eagle. Should we do a gentleman's bet?
It's like the
for
most
6-pack?
American sounding game ever.
Right?
You know, Patriots and Eagles.
I say you got to have closest. We'll write down the scores after, and maybe we'll post it on Facebook. That way we're held accountable, and then whoever's
There you
closest gets the 6-pack.
There you go. That's a good idea. Well, I hope everybody has fun and stays safe watching the big game.
I'm ready for the big movie trailers.
So
They're gonna drop.
there's going to be tons of awesome
Oh, yeah.
commercials.
Mission Impossible.
Supposedly, the Han Solo trailer drops tomorrow. Supposedly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, announced it, yeah.
Yay! I'm totally gonna fall asleep at that part.
That'll be the best part of the Super Bowl.
I'm
is-
very curious. Actually,
the
yes. This is
commercials.
if I'm looking forward to anything, it's just the commercials.
Yeah.
Commercials
That is
for
all
sure.
I'm looking forward to this year.
Commercials and drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Darn, what a rough day.
I know,
What a rough
right?
day for Eddie.
Yeah. Yeah, now I think about
I
this.
feel like you're picturing a magical island right now. Like you're ready for tomorrow. Ready.
Now that we
to
mentioned some drinking and, the
It's going
commercials.
to be a great time. Can't wait.
We changed Felix's mind altogether.
Yeah.
Very
Go,
good.
Go
very
commercials. Go Timberlake. I'm rooting for you.
good. So we love movies, especially the classics. So when the remakes are announced and come out, we're usually pretty skeptical.
a little cringeworthy.
Yeah, no, lately there's been this run of remakes that haven't really lived up to the originals. The reason I bring up the topic is the redesign of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. Some artwork just came out for it, and I didn't like it at all. Changed up a lot, changed their weapons. I don't know.
The
I don't know, is
sound,
it a good thing?
The
Or?
style and the design seems very lazy. The drawing, because like
Agreed.
the show before that, the iteration was 3D animation, and there was like a lot of 80s jokes and a lot of nerdy Easter egg jokes in the series its
Yeah.
whole self during the whole run. That's made for the fan who happens to be a parent. You know what I mean? Like there was this episode where they literally did like a remake shot for Big Trouble Little China.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
It was so hilarious.
It was very clever. Like the last iteration of it was just well written. It had a lot of throwbacks to the 80s or, late 90s cartoon and early 90s. Sorry, messing up my my time frame here. But I mean, yeah, this is just if anyone ever read the original comics, I mean, they were black and white. They didn't have colors associated with their,
bandanas.
what did they wear, bandanas or whatever, and their weapons were very much their persona, as were their artist names that they were given. This,
very much.
When you sent the picture, I was just like, wow, this definitely seems rushed and lazy, like you said, Sam. And it just the changing of the weapons for what purpose, other than that I can see, is that they can sell more toys. What happened to the other? They just canceled. It wasn't doing well. It was too expensive. Does anyone know why they
ended the run?
canned it?
From what I read was that the cast were ready to do more episodes, but Nickelodeon itself as a company,
we're ready to move on with the new
they
one.
want to take it a different direction, aka they want to save money. So I can kind of tell the way they were going.
Cut these people out, bring in some new people, switch all everything up.
Yep. Well, how about this, Adam? What would you rather watch, this or the new Ghostbuster remake?
Oh gosh,
You're stuck. You have no choice.
Talking about
Are we talking the movie that just came out?
Yeah, the all-woman Ghostbuster.
Choose carefully, Adam.
This will affect your
I'll
friendship.
tell you what, I actually have seen the Ghostbusters one, and it was not good. It's actually on my list here of bad remakes. I would watch this show, just the first one, just to trash it, to be honest.
Okay.
You can clearly see Michael Bay's influence in the character design, and I hated everything to do with those movies.
Yeah.
That's where Michael Bay turned sour for me. Also on my list of bad remakes, TMNT, the new ones. So everything about this cartoon just seems like they've rushed it. The art design, very lazy. It reminds me of Dragon Ball Super. Just compared to Z, it just seems like a lack of detail.
Oh, but at least Super still looks like the original characters. This just looks like doodles.
Well, true. This is a whole redesign.
Yeah, this just looks like
That's like they were trying to be cheap during the beginning of Super. As you get further along,
It
when
gets
they
a
get to
little
the
better
it
animated,
gets better.
sure.
I think it's because they were making the movies at the same time, and they didn't want to redo because they did retell that story that they made the movies of.
Big
Oh,
time.
good day.
And so I think that's why. That's one of the reasons.
So, Felix, what do you think about all these remakes? Do you have any
The ones you
I
like
don't
and
know,
don't
man.
like.
Yeah,
I mean,
are there good ones?
TMNT thing, I generally don't like either. I mean, I've kind of accepted that fact that TMNT's been around for so long that every generation has its own version of it. So I'm okay with that. I know this isn't my version of it. This just doesn't look good. This legitimately does not look good. I don't like that. Like you said earlier, they changed the roles. Raphael's now the leader, where
Strange.
Leonardo's always been the leader. If you didn't know the original theme song, Leonardo leads. That's his thing. And then, they changed the weapons too. Raphael doesn't have his size anymore. I forget
he's
what they're
got
called.
tonfas.
Tonfas.
Oh my!
So that and
So
it just doesn't look good. It just looks like very, very lazy drawings, like we already said.
I see the cringe in Eddie. Like he's just cringing.
I saw the picture and I was just like,
if you haven't seen the detail of the picture, so Donnie's got a staff, but it's some sort of
Electric
techie
staff.
metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
know,
very
staff.
tech. It's very much the Michael Bay version.
Yeah, the Michael Bay version. Then you got Michelangelo. He's got what looks like kind of like a staff with a whip and some sort of metal weight on the end of it. So kind of similar to a nunchuck, but not really.
That is a type of weapon. I don't know what it's called,
there's a type.
but
And then Leonardo, instead of having two swords, he's got just one big sword now.
oh,
Yeah, which-
Doesn't it glow?
Yeah, and it glows. Yeah, this one's supposed to be so much more spiritual, stuff like that. So there's going to be I don't know, some sort of glowy magic.
The thing is with the new TMT movies or whatever, I didn't like them except for the interactions between the characters, right? Like whenever they're joking around, I enjoyed that part. When it was all the because Michael Bay has this weird thing since he started making Transformers where he likes to make action where you don't know what the fuck is going on, right? There's things whirring around in circles, like Shredder. You're like, what the fuck is going on with that guy?
oh yeah,
Like things are just moving, and you're just like, that's not what we want to.
too much.
That's the
Just
reason why John
distractions.
Wick and all these movies that are kicking ass are awesome. Is because you see when he
can
pulls a
slow
gun
down and
out
see the action.
and shoots them in the face. All 300 people he shoots in the face.
yeah.
You have time to see him put them
Also,
down.
another thing that annoyed the crap out of me was the new TMNT movies. The editing was so horrible. Like me and Adam watched both movies, and it was just a nightmare.
Not funny
one,
at all.
One thing that annoyed the crap out of me was the fact that they already built the team together in the first movie, and then by movie number 2, they're like trying to rebuild the team again. I'm like, what the hell? You just learned the first movie.
I can't even remember if I saw the second one.
I saw it. It was really boring, and it's
was
crazy
really
because it
boring.
had everything that I
good part was
wanted.
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Well, but like that's the thing though. Like it was such a boring movie, and it had everything that I wanted. You had Krang, you had a real Shredder, not that weird Megatron version of him.
Yeah.
You had the Technodrome. That who
Yeah.
the fuck ever thought they would see that in the movie? And you had Bebop
Here's-
and Rocksteady making dick jokes, which
here's
I
also
did
the thing.
not like.
Like those were all good in concept, but I don't remember anything specifically good about any of those.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You
how
know,
they
like-
managed
Well,
to
he
make that
tried to
suck.
make it good with Megan Fox, but she was horrible.
I mean,
Remember that scene change where she changed her outfit so quick from the pants
Yeah.
to suddenly a skirt and that Britney Spears schoolgirl outfit style? I'm like, that's the worst transition ever. There's no way you can change clothes that quick.
did you guys enjoy the computer animated movie that was before?
I thought it was decent.
Voiced by Buffy and
fine.
Captain America
Yeah,
and
that-
Patrick Stewart. That was good.
That one was
I
actually
that was
I
bad at all.
enjoyed that one. I think I saw it in theaters.
I thought it was a decent
Actually, yeah,
callback
I
to
think
the
we
90s
saw it
cartoon.
together.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
remember.
right.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
there. Hey,
Yeah.
what's up, buddy? God, we were there. Well, aside from the Turtles, I mean, is there any other remakes that come to mind immediately that why was it?
That was
why
good
did
or
this
bad?
happen?
Sure.
Well, no, just like
I
why
got a
did
couple.
This happen? Yeah, and I actually have a list. I've got a laundry list.
Besides
wants to go first?
Ghostbusters, which I thought was terrible.
Do you hate women?
No, I
That's what-
I hate lazy
that's what-
writing.
That's what they
and
always try
No,
to
I
do.
know.
bad
with it.
comedy.
I'm not going to be
and-
that guy because
yeah.
my friends tried to do that to me. I'm like, no, fuck you guys. This movie does not look like a good movie. Ghostbusters is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yep, I used to
Like,
watch
just
that
don't
like
fuck with it.
all the time as a kid,
Oh,
and
for
then
sure.
they're like, "We're remaking it." I'm like,
You're like, oh, why?
I don't like. I was like, they're like, it's with women, so is it because it's with women? I'm like, no, just don't remake it at all. I don't care.
One of those films you just don't touch.
Also on my list, Power Rangers.
Is that really a remake though? It's more just a reboot of the
Well,
story.
reboot,
I mean,
remake, kind of similar, I guess.
because you hated it. I mean,
Yes,
just
I did
come
hate
on.
it.
It was a horrible remake.
RoboCop, the new one, kind of boring. Just kind of.
didn't
Yeah, I
That was
didn't
bad.
hate it.
It wasn't
I mean, it was
too
bad.
bad.
It wasn't that it
too
was
bad.
bad. It was just forgettable.
Yeah,
Compared to the first one, it
But
was
you know,
just so
that's
good.
kind of my thing with all remakes is that they're all so forgettable.
Yeah.
There's so many movies that have come out that just like all the horror movies. That's
Hang
kind of
on,
where
yeah.
it stood out to me.
Eddie wants to defend.
Judge Dredd.
Dread, yes,
Dread was good.
That
I'll
a
give
good
you that.
I'm
That
going
was
to
a
say
good
that they
one.
kind of took a lot from
Now,
the
Raid?
movie,
the first
the
one
Raid.
or
The Raid.
Okay, so you're talking
the
just
remake,
Dredd,
the
just
remake.
Dredd.
Yeah, Dread. Sorry.
Carl Urban.
Yeah, that was a really good movie. I really liked it.
I
That was
think
a
it was
decent
just bad timing because they both came out the same year.
Yeah, they're very
Yeah.
similar and like within like I think like 8 months of each other or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
definitely,
It was really
definitely.
close.
But either way, I enjoy all the
man,
violence.
I love that movie
That was
so
a
much.
really good
Actually,
one.
just
I
watched that
enjoyed
again the
one.
other night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
was a
was
great
good.
one.
The slow motion, the bullet time, but what was the drug? I can't remember what the drug was.
I think it was called Slow Mo or something.
Oh,
like
Slow
that.
Mo. Yeah, it was.
something like that. Yeah.
But like Carl Urban had that like the stained face perfectly down.
Got a good jaw.
The perma
that
scowl.
jaw,
Yeah,
like,
the perpetual
get the hell
frown.
away from me.
I mean, he didn't have to do much to outdo Stallone. By the time Stallone did Dread, I mean, he was just a character actor by that time. I mean, didn't they have Rob Schneider in that movie?
Yes,
yes, they
With
did.
him? It was
Yeah,
just
Rob
so
Schneider was in the
bad.
first
Yeah,
one.
that was just one of those cheese
Armand
ball
Desante
90s.
just being, oh yeah.
After Demolition Man, right?
Armand
Right,
Desante
right.
went so
I
cheese.
love
I
Demolition
love
Man.
Demolition
Don't
Man.
even-
Wesley Snipes at his best.
Oh,
High
so
five,
good.
bro.
Yeah.
High five.
What is your boggle?
The seashells.
What's the
So
thing with the
good.
shells?
Also, I had Clash of the Titans and Conan the Barbarian.
Very forgettable.
Oh, with Jason Momoa.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, I
Momoa.
forgot about
It's
Conan the
pre-Khal
Barbarian.
Drogo.
I saw
Yeah.
that one and I was like, what is this trash?
Yeah, it was terrible.
That's the thing with all these remakes is that they're all so forgettable. Like I was saying earlier, like the Friday the 13th remake, Nightmare on Elm Street. Like there was a series
Right.
of just like horror movie remakes.
Yep.
what
Halloween,
was-
all that
the
kind of
multiple
stuff.
Texas
Halloween,
Chainsaw Massacre.
Chainsaw. There was even the Poltergeist, and they were just all
Yeah.
so forgettable. That was kind of my biggest problem with that. Is like, why bother if you're not
Why
gonna make
remake
a memorable
them?
movie?
Yeah, why remake something? And I guess they're not trying to make it worse, but it seems like more often
However-
than not, it is.
Yeah, however, there was one good one, which was It last year.
That's
It
true.
was
It
good.
was surprisingly good. But
You know what? I'm sorry, but the thing with me and it, I really liked it as a movie, but I was disappointed as far as a horror movie. I maybe jumped like 2 or 3 times. Like I was really hoping for like a
What?
nightmare of a movie, and it.
I don't know, man.
God, I was scared.
I thought-
I was
Maybe I'm
so
just
scared.
jaded.
Dude, Pennywise was good.
I was
man.
pretty surprised at most death scenes in that movie at how brutal they actually were.
Oh, especially in the beginning.
Especially
Yeah.
the beginning. The kid in the sewer.
Yeah.
Little side note: did you guys know that the actor to play Pennywise did the eye thing on his own?
Oh yeah, he's got crazy eyes.
Without even any digital CGI help at all. Like he told the director, "Just give me a couple weeks and I can bang this out." So he came back a couple weeks later to show the director what he can do with his eyes, and he's like, "Okay, you're hired."
Yeah.
Did anybody else think that he
Creepy
sounded
enough.
a little like Scooby Doo?
A little.
Like,
a
I
little.
It was a little strange.
I gotta ruin that for you guys too, because somebody mentioned that to me, and that's all I heard. When I
Well,
saw
no,
the movie.
the crazy part was I was reading on IMDb because we read all, like all the little facts. Apparently, all the kid actors they got cocky because the whole time they didn't met Pennywise yet at all till the day of the scene itself. So they're like, oh, yeah, whatever. He's not gonna scare us. It's just some actor. So he caught all these kids off guard and took them a week to apologize to every kid individually. I'm sorry, so they wouldn't have nightmares. That's
part
you
of
do your
growing
job
up.
too
That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but that's
It was
really?
good. It was
Yeah.
good.
I'm not a big like horror movie guy, so I
It's
always
not that
wait.
scary.
You'll float
No.
too.
I mean, that's not. I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about the movie.
Don't be a bitch.
It's a good
Don't
movie.
let the boogeyman
I
scare you.
genuinely liked it. I just was surprised. I thought I would be a little bit more freaked out, but there was maybe a couple.
Gosh, you sound so jaded.
I am. The projection scene, that was one of them though. That was great.
That was a good scene, bro.
And the library chase, that was pretty sweet.
Of course, they ran after the fat kid in the library. Poor fat kid.
Gotta sweat it off.
Gotta be faster, kid.
Should have been
Next time.
doing his cardio.
That's
Tubby
right.
tubby.
Run faster. Or
I love
was
the
it
joke,
rule
though, that
rule
he-
number 2, cardio.
He loved, was it New Kids on the Block? How she hit the poster for it. Oh, dude, you're going to laugh so bad.
Let him watch. Let him
Oh,
experience
yeah.
it.
Sorry, Eddie. You're
It's
too
okay.
slow.
It's okay. Spoilers don't bother me.
It
that
only came
much.
out 6 months ago. Thanks a lot.
Well, I'm trying to think of other good remakes that I've seen.
What
lately.
about what about Evil Dead 2? It was kind of like a remake of Evil Dead
It
1,
actually was. Yeah. It was,
but they made it more comedic.
it had a bit more of a budget too, I think.
Kind of. And they did do a remake of
They
Evil
did
Dead.
do, yeah.
Did you guys watch
But it was
the
like an
remake of
actual
Evil
horror
Dead?
movie.
I
Right?
actually
Yeah.
liked the remake. It's
The remake
not
was
much of
actually-
the original,
wasn't
but
too
it
bad.
was so bloody and gory that
Right.
it
It was the
really
shock
fed into
factor.
my sick side of my perspective of things. And just the end, it's literally raining blood. It's the most metal thing I've ever seen on a movie. That is awesome.
I would say that there's definitely a couple remakes. There's that Death Wish movie with Bruce Willis coming out. That's a remake of the 70s
Yes.
Charles Bronson,
Oh my
action
God.
movie.
I used to watch that.
And
as a
so,
kid.
I mean, Eli Roth is doing it. And while I know he got bagged on for his torture porn back in the Hostel
Hostels,
days,
right.
like
Oh, man,
if you didn't see Knock Knock, Sam recommended it to me. And it's so cleverly done. And he's actually a pretty good director if he gets a script that, he can work with. And I'm actually looking forward to Death Wish. I've seen the original Bronson one. It's a 70s.
Oh, I loved it. Growing up as a kid, I loved
cheesy.
it.
I used to, what did they have
action.
up like
Justice.
8 or something? It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, they just kept making them because they were cheap, and yeah, there's it's a ridiculous amount. They started changing the name just so people are like, not another Death Wish. It was just like another Charles Bronson revenge movie.
Yeah.
He was Seagal before Seagal.
Yep.
I didn't even know which one
Okay.
it was. I just remember that one scene where he just like fires a rocket launcher at one person. just kills the shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
If I get that out of this movie, Bruce Willis firing a rocket launcher at someone, I'm in.
I'll take that.
Total
Just-
win, right?
I'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seems
that
like a
over the
good
There's-
role for Bruce Willis there.
Yeah, he is a
And
Like
it
bitter
ma-
old person
It makes
these
sense.
days.
It makes sense. He's made 8 diehards. Now he's gonna change the name slightly and
Yeah,
and
just
3 of them were good.
you're good to go for another 5 more movies.
I would say 4 of them. I liked Live Free or Die Hard.
I like that.
I enjoyed it too.
I hated that they censored his yippee ki though at the very end with the gunshot.
which one is that one? Is that the one with the
was the
hackers?
computer hacker
and-
one.
Yeah, with the hackers
I
and
like
the
that
The
one
Kevin
too.
Smith.
Yeah, the hackers.
That was a good one,
Maggie
actually.
The
Q.
elephant?
I didn't like the Russian one.
Nope.
I didn't see that.
I
That's the
saw
one
that.
with
Yeah, it was awful.
Jai Courtney, right?
Tried Courtney.
Yeah, I didn't
As
watch
his
that one.
son. Oh,
I saw it in
it was
theaters.
bad.
Not great.
Very mad.
Okay, so I'll give you a remake. What do you guys think of the new Dawn of the Dead with the Zack Snyder version? I think that was 2004.
That was
Oh, it
the
was awesome.
yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, that one was great.
I liked it a lot actually.
That was the
LL
one-
Cool J, right? Or not?
No,
Ving
no.
Rhames.
Mackay
Ving Rhames,
Pfeiffer.
yes.
That was when we all
Rhames.
worked at the theater.
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
I
That
really
one-
liked that one.
That one was fun. That one was fun until we had to resplice it multiple times. Between that,
Hey, don't take the fun out of
That's
this.
not,
no,
we're
listen,
not
listen,
talking
listen,
about
listen,
your
listen,
experience
guys,
with
Sam's got PTSD from brain wraps and dealing with them. So my throwing.
dude.
You want some
Throwing
wham
But-
fries
But the
to
with-
the
best,
wall.
the best though is
Hamburger.
for us. Is when we text each other. We're going out the night before. You're like, "Hey man, can you throw it ahead? Just the first set. I got you next time, bro."
Oh wait, so speaking of remakes, back on the subject, about the new Scarface that's being
See,
being made.
I don't know if I can support that yet.
Well, you know
I
that
don't
Al Pacino Scarface is a remake itself.
Yes.
Right. So,
Yeah.
but it was good. But no, I guess they're going to be redoing it again with Diego Luna, who was, as you lovingly call him, Han
Yeah.
Cholo. In
Yeah,
Rebel
Han
Wilson.
Cholo. Yeah, from Rebel Wilson.
I love him.
Why?
I think they can make the story be relevant, if they make it more cartel based.
It could be good. I mean, that's
I
what
guess
all
they're
of
gonna
these,
have to
right?
make
before
it-
before they come out, right?
But at the same time, just make it something else then. That's kind of what was my argument for Jumanji. Speaking of remakes, well, it's not really a remake.
Just name it
it's
something
more of a
different?
sequel. Yeah, it's like it's so far away from
Jungle
the original
Adventure.
concept. Just make it something different.
Call it Pitfall.
Right, for sure.
I'm
That
sure
would've been-
Atari would have sold you it
That
for
would've
like
been
$50.
great.
That would've been genius.
Oh my gosh, Pitfall. Good one. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, there's so many remakes if you just want to break it down, dude. I mean, Planet of the Apes, the Mark Wahlberg one,
Oh my God, Planet of the Apes.
Poseidon, which very forgettable again. House of Wax starring Paris Hilton.
Hey, that was a cool death scene though. The way she dies.
I love how she was
got
like,
her
that's how
knees.
she was advertising the movie too. It's like, if you want to watch me die, watch House of Wax. You stupid bitch.
Flex's favorite Nicolas Cage movie is the first Ghost Rider.
Fuck
When he
that
eats
movie.
jelly beans. He loves that scene. He loves that scene when the Ghost Rider eats jelly beans.
Take this badass chain smoking biker motherfucker and you start putting jelly beans in the
Look at
martini
him.
glass like he's supposed to be a badass. Like, are you kidding me? That's what you did with Ghost Rider? And he's over here making fucking faces.
Because he doesn't have to prove nothing. When you're cool, you don't have to tell people you're cool. Okay, when you're badass, you can eat fucking Reese's
He's
cups
staring at
however
himself
you
in the
want.
mirror wearing his jumpsuit listening to the Carpenters. Are you fucking kidding me? Why he left Evan Mendes at a restaurant?
Look at that. You got him red, dude.
But he left Eva
He
Mendes at a
still stood
restaurant.
her up.
So Gagne, every episode, our goal is to troll Flex
No,
and have him
do that.
turn red.
Like the part in the back of my neck that I hurt years ago is actually starting to twitch right now.
Nice. That's when we know you've hit a nerve.
Literally.
Five.
It physically hurts. Don't do that. No,
Am I
dude,
right?
If we get hot audio clips, I want the clip from the wedding singer. It's like, I have a microphone and you don't. So you will listen to every damn word I have to say.
Oh my god.
It's going to be the intro for my anger breakdowns.
So inevitably, with bad movies, there are going to be some people who love them, and I'm no different than most people. You know, there are tons of terrific '80s movies that I love, but they're considered terrible movies. I'm going to throw this one to Sam to start this one off. Here's where we're going to fight a lot, I think.
With guilty
with
pleasures.
guilty pleasure
This is going to be
movies.
fun.
What do you got, Sam?
These are the movies that I enjoy, per se, but certain folks don't enjoy at this table because they're not cultured like I am.
Very
But-
highbrow comedy, Sam.
But on my list, there's this wonderful movie called Hot Rod, where you summon the spirit of a dolphin.
Cool beans.
God.
Cool beans.
Cool beans,
only
cool
part
beans,
that I
cool
remember of that
beans,
movie.
cool beans.
Cool
I
beans,
hate
beans,
that freaking
beans.
movie.
And then I also have the wonderful Napoleon Dynamite with Nacho Libre, because they're the same crew.
Oh my god.
I did enjoy that one.
Literally,
Nacho Libre was bad, Sam.
It was.
What's
but
that?
I love it still.
Nacho Libre was bad.
It was so bad, but it's good, bro.
that movie's all in Spanish, right?
No,
Actually, no.
That would have added.
I know exactly what movie you're talking about, though. The Will Ferrell movie, Casa de Mi
Oh,
Padre.
right.
And I love the trailer for that because they actually introduced him and making his film debut, Will Ferrell.
That's great. And Napoleon Dynamite, the only movie that I've walked out of. Couldn't
Really?
I couldn't.
Really?
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
What about
Iron Monkey.
Anchorman, bro? What about Anchorman?
I've really seen Anchorman a few
don't
times.
you love
I
Anchorman?
mean, I still don't enjoy it much, but
You
it's just-
actually walked out of Napoleon.
Napoleon Dynamite. No, I couldn't do
What
it.
part?
Couldn't
What
do
part?
it. What part? I don't even know, dude.
Yeah, there had to be.
Probably
Where
the
was the
llama
line?
part, or the I don't know, vote for Pedro part, or the I don't know, boxing in the basement part. I don't really remember.
You didn't dig the Rex Kwando?
I'm a winner. I go to the Sheila every night. You see that? I'm a winner.
I got to put my brother on blast for a second. I love you, dude. But he actually memorized the entire choreography of that final dance
my
that
God.
Napoleon Dynamite did.
I would totally give him a
He
high five for
dressed up
that.
as him for Halloween. He actually did a really good job dressing up, and he actually was putting on the dance, and it was actually
That's
really
amazing.
cool.
Nice.
I'm gonna find footage somewhere.
Nice.
There you go. That's worth throwing
that's
up on
called
the
commitment.
Facebook.
It exists.
Well, these are my guilty pleasures I enjoy
Okay.
to watch
Yeah,
because
what
they're
else?
goofy, they're silly. I just like these movies because like you watch them to relax and you can recite them. I don't know if this is guilty pleasure or not, but definitely Super Troopers. Like I can quote that for days,
Okay.
easily.
Sure.
Super Troopers.
Sure.
I don't know anyone else enjoy the guilty pleasure. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna toss it to the B-list guy. Eddie, hit me with the guilty pleasures, bro.
I think you just named like half of my choices.
Oh wait, don't forget.
I love
don't forget.
Hot Rod. I don't
we,
care.
We have Doom.
What was that other one? Oh, Doom. Doom. I know
Doom?
it's just like Doom. It's basically just a generic zombie movie that they put on Mars and said Doom, and then gave it like this cool 3-minute first person.
I know. I love that part.
Well,
And
no,
then,
it's
and then they
a-
gave it to The Rock.
Yeah, I was like,
here
don't
you
forget
go,
to put the
Rock.
rock in there.
Dude, The Rock was amazing. Come on, guys. No.
And Carl Urban.
That was kind of like one of his breakout films. to
Yeah,
be
it was like
honest.
right after Walking Tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was Walking Tall, and then that one with Sean William Scott.
Oh yeah.
In the jungle.
Established dominance.
The Rundown.
The Rundown.
Rundown.
I like that movie.
That one was
funny.
good.
And then yeah,
A little bit of thunder, a little bit of lightning.
and Anchorman is not a guilty pleasure because Anchorman is the greatest comedy of all time.
Oh man.
Anchorman 2 might be a guilty pleasure for me.
I never watched the second one.
I hated the second one.
Bad remakes,
I just wanted
right?
to see. I just wanted to hear more from those guys, and that's what it was in a different decade. What was the chicken place where he's got?
You don't even know.
You're
You
right.
can't even
No,
remember.
I
You can't
remember.
even say
I
it,
just
you're
can't
just
say it 'cause it's fucking stupid.
It's so funny.
What do you call it? The Kentucky Fried Chicken of the cave, the bats. It's fucking stupid, but
Yeah, stupid funny. Very
No one
stupid
knows
funny.
because we've all struck it from our memory.
Milk was a bad idea.
That was from the first one. That was a good one.
What else
what
you got?
about
Anything
you,
else?
Chris?
Oh, dude. So just to remind myself just how stupid and how much I love this fucking movie, I saw it last night. Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story.
No.
I fucking love this movie. Like you're talking about
Really?
quotable.
Wow.
It's so stupid, but I
very-
love it.
This
As
is
me-
marijuana. It doesn't have any side
It's
effects.
non-habit
and it's not
forming.
habit forming.
So
You
what-
don't want any of this.
I don't know if I can afford it. It's the cheapest drug there is. I think I kind of want that. All right, well, just this once. Like it's so stupidly quotable. It's very, very dumb. And as a musician, I just love all the just the throwbacks to like classic musicians and just the idea that he invented all these genres of music, including punk and Bob Dylan is a genre apparently. It's so bad, dude. But I absolutely love it, dude. It just makes me smile in all the most like immature ways possible. I love dick jokes. They're hilarious. And this movie is a giant dick joke, and I love that. But there's that one.
You would.
But no, that one, and then also the Punisher with Thomas Jane and
I
John
like that
Travolta.
movie too.
I like
not a
the
great
other
movie.
Punisher with Steven.
Oh
Ray
yeah,
Stevens.
Warzone.
Ray Stevenson.
That was good
That
too,
one
but
was
the first
cool.
one just has a
Dude.
soft spot in my heart. It was a good time. I think it's like right when I
reason-
graduated.
But the Warzone one, man, he punched
Yeah.
a guy in the
face.
in the
And
eye
exploded.
socket, and it like went through his fucking head.
This
Like,
was like
I was
some
like,
anime
this is
blood.
Punisher. Yeah, dude, it was like crazy.
It was
Just
good.
blowing people up. It was great.
Yeah.
That first scene where he's like hanging from the
the
chandelier,
chandelier
and he
is
just
just-
and then he runs up and he like stabs. Oh man.
Oh, he just runs up and just like slashes.
Oh
the
yeah,
guy
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Yeah, great. And then the other one I was thinking of was Grandma's Boy. Which is,
That's
I
a-
love
I
Grandma's
love
Boy.
Grandma's
How can you see me? I can still quote all these movies.
See,
You guys should listen, bro.
I loved Grandma's Boy.
Yeah.
It was
But
awesome.
remember, Grandma's Boy. It's also a special movie for a special market.
True
it's a great stoner
stoners.
comedy, is what you're implying. And it is great.
Possibly.
It's just there's
Possibly.
again one of those movies with just a lot of quotes. It's like I was like, oh, it's a phone. I think it's the devil. Like, just there's so many things
High
about
score?
that movie.
Did I break it?
Yeah, what does that mean? So yeah, as you can tell.
Yeah, man. You
that's a
you,
good
you,
one.
you can crash my place tonight. Just let me check my roommates.
Yeah,
real
my
quick.
roommates.
Let's see if it's cool.
Sam still uses that one.
Everyone's been picking comedies, I noticed.
Fantastic.
A lot of comedies.
Oh, see, all right,
guess
I'm
you
gonna
would call
switch
the
it up a
Punisher
little.
a
All right.
comedy, but sure.
Oh,
John Travolta is pretty hilarious.
more
Oh,
of the,
well, yeah,
more
I
of the
mean,
quotable movies are the comedy.
His hair's yeah.
Oh
his hair's
God, yeah, you're right, Ganya. His hair in fucking Travolta and that Punisher movie was crazy.
Yeah, it's
He was kind of an over-the-top bad guy in that one.
Oh, definitely. He's went for it, dude. Like he shot high. He didn't care. He wanted to Nick Cage it.
I have an action movie that I think might not be considered good. What is it? One Night in Paris, the one with John Travolta.
I believe that was a porn
I
one, wasn't
remember
it?
that.
Whoa, Eddie. What kind of movie you watching?
And that was a
got it.
bad porn movie too, though. I mean,
That was a bad remake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bad remake.
Oh, no, I know what movie
or
you're talking about
guilty
though.
pleasure.
The one with John
I think
Travolta.
it's
Yeah.
Paris with Love. Is
From
that-
Yeah,
Paris
from
with
Paris
Love.
with Love.
Jesus
There you
Christ,
go.
huh?
One Night in
not even
Paris.
close.
I mean, you did name a movie.
But that's true. It's because we were talking about stuff off mic, guys.
Is it
It
back to
wasn't completely
the?
random.
Is this back to your Reddit
Yeah, we're
conversation?
talking about Reddit again.
Shout out to Reddit. Apparently, they sponsor us sometimes. I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it was.
We have a lot of invisible sponsors. I'd like to see some residuals.
Anyways, back to the
All right,
guilty
Adam.
pleasures. I
So
got a
you
couple.
said you're gonna switch it up on us.
All right, so mine. I got a couple of 80s.
You better not say Titanic. I'll punch you.
No, this one's
Titanic.
good. This one's good. Masters of the Universe.
Good one.
It's like
Love that movie.
1987.
You saying that reminds me of
Dolph
Dolph
Lundgren.
Lundgren, Punisher.
The first Punisher, sure.
Yeah, the
that's
real
that's
Punisher.
a pretty bad good movie.
Real Punisher, the one that didn't wear the skull. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah,
That's
right.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah,
That was
he's hanging out in the sewers, butt ass naked. That's not weird, you know.
my other one, Super Mario Brothers. The terrible
no.
movie.
That's a good
So
one.
bad, but I love
I'm Mario.
So
This is
good.
Luigi Mario.
Mario, Luigi,
Yeah,
Mario.
Luigi.
So playing all the video games. Yeah, love Leguizamo as Luigi.
Freaking,
also,
what's his name? Dennis Cooper.
Dennis
was that?
Hopper.
Hopper.
Like,
Yeah,
Dennis Hopper.
as Bowser, that was great too.
Perhaps.
Also, Mortal Kombat 1995.
First
Oh, it was on my list.
Yes, is it?
I love it.
Perfect, dude. I
Yeah.
loved the soundtrack. Was probably one of the best of all time. The casting between Liu Kang and Shang Tsung, Johnny Cage, all like awesome. They were like nobodies, but that whole movie was great. Loved it.
Yes.
The second one confused the crap out of me. Like as a kid, right when I watched it,
Yeah.
I remember like, what the hell happened to these actors from the first one? And like, I went back through my magazines, my Game Pros.
Raiden, dude. Christopher Lambert.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
dude.
good.
Like I was reading my magazines, Game Pros
Yeah.
from back in the day, and I was like, these don't match. What's going on here? Well, that second movie like so different.
And then my last one, The Replacements with
That's
Keanu
a good
one.
Reeves.
That's
That's
a
a
good
football
one.
movie.
That's a good
Um,
one.
I don't want to say my list now.
It's very
Sorry.
underrated. Very funny though. Yeah, just kind of a rom-com, but it had football. So yeah.
I'm sorry, Gagne, that I didn't ruin your list.
Yeah, I guess I.
No,
stopped
I'm
on-
just saying it's such a good list. I'm like, I love all of those
It's good.
movies.
Right? Thank you. What do you got, Gagne?
I actually did have Mortal Kombat on my list. So
Yes.
one of the, like you said, as soon as that New Line Cinemas flashes and you hear the music, you're just like,
so
I'm in.
good.
I'm in.
So
That's all I
good.
needed. I steered away from the ones that are true comedies but are comedic in that they're so absurd. Snakes on a Plane.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, from the moment they announced it, I was like, I'm in. I
yeah,
don't
you
care.
just buy
I'll
fully
pay. I'll
into
buy
that one right there
Yeah.
off the gate.
it. And it was just so absurd. But I can watch Samuel Jackson fight snakes all day long. You get the gratuitous nudity. You get some like cheesy punk pop band doing a Snakes on a Plane song at the end of it. I mean, it was classic. I love it. And then my other one that was on my list was Deep Blue Sea.
Actually, I really like that movie.
Yeah, I
one.
kinda like
That's
that
a
one
good
too.
one, bro.
Do you notice how LL Cool J is like the only black guy that ever survives the movie, like all the way through?
Yes.
Like,
Yep. Yeah.
in that one,
He has a parrot.
yeah, the cook,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
Yeah.
he's a chef who has a parrot who he tries to save,
So good.
which
that's-
seemed so not important.
Yeah, that was him and Thomas Jane also, right?
Thomas Jane, yeah.
People-
Yeah,
he was
another
in it.
Thomas Jane movie.
People
survived.
love their
Both survived.
pets, Kanye.
The only one got killed was Samuel Jackson.
Sam
he got
Jackson
killed.
got eaten by the shark.
Oh yeah, Sam Jackson's
shark.
in.
The motherfucking shark. The shark ate me.
Motherfucking shark ate my ass.
Both.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I can watch that one all.
Had a good amount of action and dialogue. Had
Yeah.
a lot of
Little bit-
one-liners.
little bit
You had a bunch of people in it that were just you could watch. I mean, Michael Rappaport was in it too as one of the scientists. You're like, come on. Yeah, like,
That's true.
it had some really over the top action sequences with the whole helicopter crashing into the facility in the beginning. You're just like, man, this is absurd. Like, show me the shark. Yes, he's eating people. It's it's everything that Jaws could have been if there was special effects back
Back in the day, yeah.
All right, so I want to throw out 3 to the panel right now. Just all starring the ultimate guilty pleasure actor, starring Nicolas Cage. Yes. I want to know what the best
Yes.
Nick Cage movie is right now. I'm gonna throw them out. Face Off, Con Air, The Rock.
Face Off. Not even a contest.
Rock.
The Rock is
Not
so
even
much
close.
better
The
than
Rock
that.
Oh,
is so.
are we talking like actually good? Or are we talking
just
Nicolas Cage good?
Just
Oh,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
Nicolas
that's a
Cage
whole
good
different
or
scale
good?
right there. Maybe both.
I think The Rock is like a better movie, like overall. But I mean,
You're making me choose
there's more
between
Nicolas
3?
Cageisms in in Face Off
Oh, for sure.
because he's
Oh,
like
God,
one of
yeah.
the stars. Like where
Can I rank it top 3 style?
Sure.
Okay. You want to go first item or no?
You're in the middle of it, dude.
All right.
Go ahead.
If I rank top 3 style, I have to go with Okay, The Rock because of Sean Connery, number 1.
Yes.
Number 2. Number 2 is gonna be Face Off because it's so ridiculous.
Yes, you're
and
right.
then Con Air just for that line. Give me back my bunny.
give me back my bunny.
I can just put the bunny back.
You are correct, Sam. That is the right answer.
I think that's where I'm going to. What about you, Gagne?
I just watched Face Off 2 nights ago and forgot how bad it is. Like, really bad. And the only thing that saves it is watching how absurd Travolta and Cage are together.
Travolta actually
because-
attempts to be like the other person.
Oh God, and it's so hard. Cage is just
Over the
bad
top,
as
yeah.
Travolta, and it's so like he's great as himself in the beginning, and then he's really bad as Travolta, and so I'm gonna drop that and say Con Air is better, but The Rock is classic. It's just
The Rock is
Hang on, Gani.
Carla was the prom queen.
that's so good.
So you're telling
many
me you
good
didn't like
lines,
the Supermax prison scene where they wore the super boots, where they couldn't walk around, they couldn't stumble?
No, there's plenty of good to it. Like there's some really good stuff, but then there's also like, how the hell are they flying through the air off of a boat that jumped a ramp that's on fire?
Because
that,
John Woo
you know,
said so.
John Woo allowed
Because
it.
John Woo said so. Okay. He used ancient
some
Chinese
doves.
secrets to allow the gravity.
Did
to
everybody else
release.
like remember that weird face touching fetish that like Travolta's character had?
Yes,
Also, like with all the
yes.
kids,
Yes.
like constantly just like rubbing like.
That's right.
It's so
yes.
weird.
And I thought you were, when I think you mentioned, or somebody did in the text stream when I mentioned I was watching it, but someone was like, "Oh, the face fetish thing," and then the end of the movie, it's like everybody's face. He's like running his hands over.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening? Like,
super weird.
did nobody say like this is kind of weird? Like maybe we should.
Like, hey, maybe you should not do that on camera.
Did you wash your hands, folks? Don't touch my face.
Jesus.
Get your hands off me, Travolta.
This is the worst Yelp restaurant
It makes
ever.
it so much creepier, like in retrospect, considering like what you know about some of these actors nowadays. Like, so this is probably John
True
Travolta's
enough.
idea. Now that I think about it. Okay, no, I got a question. I'm going to pretty much combine all our topics into one. We'll make it a feature guilty pleasure. If they were to remake Face Off, who would you want to star in those roles?
It has to be one of them has to be The Rock, just by default. It has to be The Rock.
No. Chris Pine and Tom Hardy. Okay. Did you guys see the one where they were
Didn't they already
spies?
do a movie
yeah,
together?
they were,
Yeah.
but they were fucking hilarious.
Isn't it also
together.
not great?
No, it was funny.
Wait, what was it?
It was they were both spies. I forget what it was called. It was
Chris
This is War.
Tom Hardy.
It was called This Is War with
This Is War.
Reese
Oh,
Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon. You know, I know you're gay. Because you watched
Because I
it.
know movies.
No, not you, Adam.
I'm gonna say Henry Cavill and. Hey, I know it sounds like
Ben-
a
and
joke.
Somebody with a
Affleck.
mustache.
With the
No.
mustache. With the
Somebody
mustache.
with a mustache.
No.
BVS.
I know it sounds like I'm going for a BVS joke here, but no, really though. Did you guys see The Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Yes.
Yeah.
I really
Yes.
liked him in that.
It was good.
And so, him and the guy from in the first movie, Samuel L. Jackson shoots him in the face. The guy who's teaching the kid.
Kingsman.
Kingsman, the gentleman,
Kingsman.
whatever the fuck.
Colin Firth.
Yes, Colin Firth.
Yes.
Him and Henry Cavill.
Huh.
I think that'd be interesting if we were trying to make it more serious than the original.
Well, everything's going to be like updated in
Yeah.
today's times. So it'll be way more dark and fast paced, and have some slow mos and some lens flares.
Yeah, lens. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
so-
I hate fucking lens flares. There's not a fucking camera there. Someone tell him that.
We don't see through a camera.
Our fucking eyes don't do that.
What would yours be, Gagne? I want to hear yours. If there supposed to be Face-Off remake. What two
I would
actors?
have to take Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Ooh,
I'm
nice.
down with that,
As-
of course.
I would put him in the Nick Cage role. And then
It could work. I like
I
it.
would probably pick someone like Carl Urban. Like, I think he's underrated. He doesn't get enough due. Like, I loved him as McCoy in the Star Trek movies.
that's right.
He was awesome in Dread. I think he's one of those like Gerard Butler kind of character actors that he always gets stereotyped and doesn't get the roles, and he's good. I like the guy.
Definitely. In Pathfinder, he was great. I like
I
Pathfinder.
don't think I saw that.
Is that the
Oh,
one
dude.
with the
The Viking one, right?
The Viking one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Let's not
I
forget
think
Lord
I
of the
just figured-
Rings.
I think I just figured mine out. I want Chris Pratt as John Travolta's role, and then I want Michael Shannon as Nicolas Cage's role. That guy has plenty of psycho
Yeah,
faces
that
spread
guy,
around for
that guy
days.
is a good
Oh
actor.
yeah, be good.
So yeah, there you go. I win. I wanted to squeeze in Nick Offerman somewhere, but I'm like, I can't really feel him in either role. But I would love to see him swap faces with somebody.
He could be the brother.
There we go.
Pollux.
The older, younger
Yes,
brother.
Actually, if
Castor
I was to use
Pollux.
Offerman, I'd probably use him as Travolta's character. Because you can try to push that serious part a little bit.
Picture him feeling on faces.
I'm
Coming in 2020, our remake of Face Off.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm definitely gonna
Coming
go
soon.
just pure action style, which is The Rock for the audience members because they're gonna follow him, watch it. So I'll have him be Travolta because he does the smoldering look, and then let's see here for Nicolas Cage.
John Cena.
They have to be the same height. You can't do this.
No.
You already broke
That's,
some-
hey, these aren't your rules. Okay, I'm not.
Like you need Batista now or something.
Yeah,
You
you can't
just
confine
stick
me
with
to
The
your
Rock.
rules. Okay.
Like, this is like twins, all right? Danny.
Yeah,
DeVito.
it's exactly. It's like twins.
Twin off.
It'd be The Rock, and then for
Still
Travolta,
Kevin Hart.
and then no way, can't do Kevin Hart again, dude.
Why not? They've done everything else together.
No, for Nicolas Cage, I want to use. Fuck it, I'm gonna use William Dafoe. Cause it's gonna be so awkward. Cause think about Nicolas Cage crazy. Dafoe can do it easily. He can go to that crazy level.
But can't he pull off 6'9"?
With all those muscles. Don't worry, we're gonna shave all this off of you.
How many
It's
hours
okay.
can you eat a peach for? I'm just curious.
The Rock doesn't eat peaches. It's too much sugar.
Hilarious.
He's got quite a jawline, actually. You could probably go for a while. Now that I think about it. All right, I'm done now.
Yeah, that's great. So we're gonna try and make you guys learn something in every episode. Today, for the dummies like me who only have ever watched Dragon Ball Z, we're gonna bring in Eddie to school us on a little bit of anime.
Yeah, that's right.
No, it's not a genre.
Yeah.
Is it what?
Yeah. When you used to go to Blockbuster, you'd have your horror, your comedy, your action, and then you'd hit a section either foreign and then a little tiny space, and it would say anime.
Right.
And
right.
it's like, well, there's all kinds of different anime, and I just was kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit today. Maybe why you should give anime a chance. Not that I don't get any money from it, so do whatever the fuck you want.
So we're not sponsored by Funimation?
No, Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll? Okay, cool.
There you go.
No, just kidding.
Crunchyroll.
But yeah, like there's like a few anime that I think that like some people should always see, right? And kind of introduce you to anime. There's a lot of people who watch Dragon Ball. These were things because they came on when you got home from school. You'd see a bunch of guys beating the hell out of each other. You're like,
Yeah,
I'm
they're
gonna-
screaming. They're powering up, doing stuff.
Or also,
Seemed
sometimes you had to
interesting.
wait for Adult Swim to watch Dragon Ball.
for sure.
And you're
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
oh, for the uncut.
Yeah, for the uncut, the blood. My first anime that I ever watched was an anime called Ninja Scroll.
Yes.
Now, for all you parents out
Classics.
there, don't let your kids watch this unless you can explain what these things are and they're mature enough to understand, because there's just violence. And the violence isn't what I'm talking about, because there's other things that happen that
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to explain, and I'm not going to do that.
So you're saying that anime's maybe not family friendly.
Not always. That's the thing, right? And
There's some
I'm gonna call-
shows that are family friendly.
Well, yeah, no, there's all just like regular TV and all the other kind of genres. Some things are appropriate for children and some aren't, right? So
You
Ninja
say
Scroll-
within the category, was that what you would call anime?
Anime?
Art style? What would you call it if it's not a genre?
anime is. I mean, it's just an animated thing, right?
It's just a way
It's-
to show it to you. Not
all the weeaboos are gonna kill me, but they're just cartoons, right? In the Japanese
probably want to
art
explain
style.
that part because some folks don't understand what you just said.
Oh, weeaboo is just a nerd that's like super into anime. It's stupid. Anyway, but like it's we have cartoons here, but most of the cartoons here are just made for children usually, or Disney movies are made for adults, and children.
Yeah.
They're for family. It's more of a everything thing. Like adults
Yeah.
watch it.
It encompasses everything. It's almost like a lifestyle with
Yeah.
the anime, because anime can adjust to any sort of mood. Like just like books and TV shows, there's everything for every mood you're in. Like the super dark psychotic animes, or the fun, happier ones, or even ones that are very dramatic, like keeps you cliffhanging every episode.
Yeah, like I'm sure like one of the more popular movies is Akira. Like
I've
they're
actually
supposed
seen
to be-
that one.
They're supposed to be making a movie about that, but they've also been trying to make a
That's
movie
been
here
development
for
hell
like,
forever.
like 15 years. But yeah, and there's like, and that's like a weird like thriller horror thing, action, right?
Yeah,
It
it's
is
like
kind of
it's
a weird
definitely
one.
under sci-fi for sure.
Science fiction for sure.
That and definitely Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in
anime.
the Shell.
Yeah, those series are definitely under sci-fi.
And then there's action, action like Dragon Ball
Yeah.
with a little comedy. A lot of anime, Japanese animation always has
some
like
comedy.
touches of comedy, which I love. I'm a big fan of that.
My favorite comedy one they introduced me to was My Love Story.
My Love Story. Oh.
That thing's hilarious.
It
It feels very familiar. I don't know why.
If you just Google My Love Story, you're going to see the animated version of our friend Sam the Kaiju. And
It's like his life story.
It's like his love story. It's weird.
It's hilarious.
Is he the same size?
Yeah.
Everything.
Really?
I mean,
Everything.
to be fair, he is around a bunch of Japanese people, so who knows? 'Cause- I'm not trying to be mean, but I remember I was watching. There's an anime called Haikyuu that's based on volleyball, and they're like, "Oh, he's really tall for the team." I was like, "Oh, cool, yeah, he's probably like 6 foot something," and they're 189 centimeters or something, and he's like 5'10" or 5'11".
Yeah.
He's
Super tall
average.
for
like an average normal person. But yeah.
So we're into some of the classics. Once you recommend again? The
Okay,
Ninja
so
Scroll?
Akira, if you've never seen that somehow,
Yeah.
Ninja Scroll not to be watched with your children. And I wanted to ask you guys if you had any that you would recommend, because
You actually have
you
both
can
of them on
watch-
my list.
You can watch any Miyazaki film also, and they're just like on a different level with story
Oh yeah.
and production. I mean,
way more in depth than you're gonna find in like a series, right?
yeah.
Because it's compact into
A fun family-friendly anime I definitely recommend. That's funny as heck. Was Hamtaro.
Hamtaro.
Dude, that
It's
shit
a
was
stupid
hilarious.
anime.
It's so
It's
stupid,
about-
but like I thought it was hilarious.
It's about hamsters.
Wow.
I kid you not, dude.
So is this a real suggestion or is this?
Oh no,
like-
it's real because it actually was funny because it was on Cartoon Network for a while.
Yeah, it did.
and I was like, all right, I'll just watch it for the hell of it. And then I got into it. I'm like, this is actually funny. You know, it's not that bad. Let's see. Netflix has a couple good series. Oh, definitely Castlevania.
Oh
yeah.
That was beautiful.
Unfortunately, it was only like 6 episodes.
It's 4.
This
Right?
summer,
Yeah,
Four episodes.
this summer is coming back with I
8.
think
It's supposed to be
Yes.
8 episodes.
Great.
Like do
It
you
was
guys-
really good.
I appreciate the quality of the artwork, the detailing, the storyline, the design, the music, like all encompassing. That was really, really beautiful animation. You know, because like at the end of the day, you're understanding the bad guy side of the story, and he just wants peace. He just wants to be left alone with his lady, but y'all done messed it up.
Yeah. Honestly, if you like that kind of like take on anime, then I would definitely suggest Death Note, which I've talked about with you guys before, but
We never talk about the movie.
not the movie.
When-
Ignore
What?
ignore
There
both
is no
live
movie.
action
What is
movies.
wrong with you?
Terrible remake.
But no, do watch the anime. It is absolutely a great thriller drama. It's a perfect game of cat and mouse. It's like one of the most intelligent like animes I've seen ever, and great villain, great hero. I mean, and that's what's fun about it too. The character arc for the lead character is
Let me ask you
absolutely
this.
phenomenal.
Is it English dubbed?
You
Yes,
can
it
get
is.
that one English dubbed. Yes.
It's
Because
great.
one of my
Yes,
biggest
for you
things with
lazies.
anime is I don't like to read it because then I miss out on the artwork. And then the Japanese voice acting
Oh,
that they try to
The
do.
voice is high pitched.
It's
So
terrible.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
high-pitched
It's
Goku.
it's an old woman who does
It's-
Goku.
It's terrible. I
And
can't
those
do it.
voices have been around since the beginning too. But I agree. Like to me,
It draws me
the
out.
American voices are just because I grew up. I mean, well, I didn't grow up. I actually watched it a lot later. But just when
used
I
to
watched
that.
it originally, yeah, like those voices are just as much a part of the character. They're so identifiable. Like
Yeah, I agree.
It's a part of the character. I can't do without it.
Yeah, I prefer the English one for Dragon Ball and stuff. But like even when I watch it in Japanese, like it still comes through. It still is like it just
Still understand the
translates to
emotion.
his.
Yeah.
Because like the way that they use their language, like sometimes like it's like that sound has like a meaning, like.
Yeah.
And so it's weird. It's weird when you get into that kind of anime and you hear their voices and stuff.
What about for you, Gagne? What was some of your favorite animes?
Well, it's funny because my first introduction to it was way back when I was a kid and Robotech came out, and I had no idea that it was anime at the time. So it kind of harkens back to what Eddie was saying. It's like you think it's just kind of a cartoon, as a child. But I loved Robotech, and I could still watch those. It just, give me giant robots and people
Like mechs.
flying
And
and
Voltron.
fighting them, and that's
Voltron.
yeah, oh yeah. The original Voltron was probably anime too, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Yeah, so those were my first introductions, but I think I was handed a copy of Fist of the North Star, which you reminded me about,
Yes. I'm
Eddie,
the greatest.
and was like, this is amazing. Like, you can get over, I think, some of the dubbing and the voiceover stuff because of the stories being so good. I agree, Adam. It sucks when you can't really watch the artwork because some of the artwork is absolutely stunning.
Oh,
Yeah,
Especially Miyazaki's films. I mean,
Oh, good lord! You don't
Princess
want to say
Mononoke. Yeah, Princess Mononoke is one of my hands
I love
down,
that.
and it's in my top probably 100 films of all time.
It's a really good one.
it's good storytelling. His
very much so.
his catalog of films, I could probably just go down the list and love all of them. Howl's Moving Castle was fantastic, and
Spirited Away.
they're hard.
Yes.
They're Spirited Away. Oh yeah, so good. I haven't seen that in a long time. But it's hard. Those are to tell somebody you should watch this. It's got a good story. Most of the time, they just think, yeah, it's a cartoon. They don't want
It
to
loses
give
some
any
people.
credit, but sure, there's a lot of them out there. I'm writing a list down of all the ones you guys are suggesting because I can pick one. I've heard lots of things about Death Note, and I know that didn't they make an American
Yeah,
version
we don't
of like,
talk about
TV
that.
show?
That's
No,
what
I thought we didn't talk about a movie. I
Spoiler,
was
it's not-
asking
it
about.
was a Netflix
It's-
movie that we don't.
Just things that are
Got
different.
it.
Like,
Got it.
They had to change the main character into
Yeah,
an emo
it
kid to
just
try to
like-
make it make sense here. Like
Yeah,
I'll go
culturally,
get
it's
the
not
anime.
culture. Yeah.
Oh, also
Right.
another big thing to warn everyone that's listening when you watch anime: don't get too attached to a lot of characters. 'Cause
Well,
it might break your
depends.
heart. Depends on what you
There's
watch.
definitely there's some too that are not great. Like everybody was going gaga about Attack on Titan, and just sometimes it doesn't really
There's a lot.
hit with you.
lot wrong with the anime.
It's a lot. It's awkward. It just sometimes like you said, because it's another country's storytelling and it just doesn't come through sometimes.
The
And so like
translation?
watching that film,
Lost the
yeah,
translation.
watching that, I was like, really, I don't know what's going on here, and I don't know if I like it or it's too awkward for me.
And the inner monologues that like would go on like describing what's happening as I'm like, you would get that it's based on a manga, which is a comic, but you don't have to do the parts that are in their heads. That's not what's like, they repeat a lot of information. They
Over
kind
and
of
over.
drag it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Visually stunning, storyline wise, just not my cup of tea.
Some of the classics that I do want to recommend to the listeners is definitely Cowboy Bebop.
Yes.
Cowboy Bebop is a must watch.
Samurai Champloo was really good, and then Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is really good to watch. There's 2 versions out on Netflix called Full Metal, and then there's one called Full Metal Brotherhood. Brotherhood's the one you want to watch because it's closer to the manga and it's a little more violent.
Yeah, I've always seen those. So is that like just a straight make of
No,
the first series?
The
or-
first series was like when the company just makes their version. Like towards the end, they're not going to be able to do the whole like story, so they have this many episodes that they're going to make, and then the Brotherhood was actually the one that's closer to
the manga itself.
as possible. Yeah, because
Okay.
I have the entire manga series.
Because when you watch
Nerd.
Full Metal,
Just kidding.
because you've seen the first Full Metal, Mustang's some badass, Colonel Mustang. But when you see Brotherhood, he takes it to the next level. Like you see Mustang reaching almost psychotic level, almost, but not quite there.
Nice. All right. I've heard good things about Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah.
I like the voice actors for both also.
Oh yeah, definitely. Voice actors are really good.
Japanese or English.
I'll throw one last one out there. Just definitely take note of Trigun. Trigun.
Yes,
is awesome.
good call, bro.
It's
Good
great,
call.
like Western, like sort of sci-fi thing, and it starts off like very goofy, especially with the main character, but it gets real
It
dark
gets
and real
in-depth
serious
quick.
sometimes.
These were all
at some
back
point.
on Toonami back in the day.
Yeah, and what's great about it too, it actually ends. It
Yeah.
does not continue over the course of like 30 years like
Right.
some animes.
Right.
So this
Yes,
actually has a
yes.
nice beginning
Oh,
and end.
One Piece. We're talking about you, motherfuckers. There's like 900
Hey, Eddie,
episodes.
did you want to fill in our listeners with or teach them, educate them about the filler episodes, how to avoid them,
Oh,
or
yeah,
not
yeah,
fall
yeah.
for the trap?
Whenever you watch any anime that has more than 100 episodes, there's going to be filler episodes. They don't get the right story for this week. Something
AKA
happens and they're just
Naruto?
like, whatever. Oh, yeah. Naruto, you can skip like literally like 4 seasons of the first show.
Is it
and
true?
then-
Is it true that Naruto fans will beat me up if I call it Naruto?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think they care. Also, they're anime fans. No, I'm just kidding.
They won't fight you
But
anyway.
they'll look for you now. They're gonna keep an eye out for you.
Yeah, just be careful. 'Cause I'm a Naruto fan.
Nice.
So.
All right. Any other animes that we should catch up with?
Your Lie in April. If you like music, classic music, the art style, everything in that it's a story about a guy who grew up being taught the piano, and then something happens in his life and he doesn't like to play the piano anymore. And there's another girl who tries to break him out of his shell, and it's like their little thing. It's 24 episodes. It's sweet. It's funny, and it's got drama in it.
Say the
And
title again.
Your Lie in April.
You're lying in April.
No,
No.
Your Lie in April.
Okay.
And if anyone really wants to throw a dart at a weird random anime, watch Gintama. It's the best anime ever.
Did you guys ever watch Furikuri?
Oh, dude. I couldn't think of the name, so that's why.
That was one of my favorites.
Sounds dirty.
Furikuri is it was the anime with the girl and the scarf in her helmet and a moped. She was in this little town and she's trying to like show this kid there's more to the universe. But that anime itself was a good short series because the way it came about was all these other animators in Japan, they want to take a break. So I made the goofiest anime possible, and it turned out to be a big hit called Furikuri. If you guys ever want to borrow it, I'll let you borrow it. It's really cool.
Gurren Lagann, that's also a classic that people might enjoy. Oh, Angel Beats. The first half of it is hilarious, and the second half of it will make you want to murder me for making you cry so much.
Oh, God.
Especially
Did you-
the ending.
Do you remember
The roller
from
coaster ride.
1996 Armitage?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Armitage.
Armitage
Voice-
3.
Oh.
I actually
Yeah,
saw
Armitage
that one.
3. Yeah, voiced by Elizabeth Banks.
One of the more
Berkeley.
popular anime is Sailor Moon, for like whoever wants
For the ladies.
for the ladies. But I mean, it's also I see a lot of
for the
I see a
fellas
lot
too,
of fellas
huh?
with the backpacks and whatnot.
What was funny with Sailor Moon is like near the end, Adult Swim couldn't really play it due to the gender change. Because some of the sailors transformed to dudes and some of the dudes transformed to chicks. So it kind of caught
don't remember that one.
It caught Adult Swim at like a weird spot. They're like, oh, we won't play the rest of this series.
But yeah, like the magical girl transformation, that's what they're called. It's almost like a genre. It's like it's just like they're like it's like the female version of Power Rangers,
Subgenre.
right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like they're just transforming. But there's a really good one that you get the concept of that. It's called Madoka Magica, and it kind of like puts that whole thing on its head. And it's a crazy anime. I think it's 12 episodes. It's on Netflix, dubbed.
What's the other one too?
So
it was
pass.
CGI animation that you recommend to me.
Oh,
and I
there's-
watch it. Knights of the Sidonia.
Sidonia,
his
yeah,
name. I've
that
seen that.
yeah
That got
anime
dark.
is crazy.
That got dark quick.
And they have another one that's made by the same company called Ajin,
Yes.
and that is
Oh,
fucking
I've seen
also
that.
awesome.
Yeah, no, my wife was really into that one. I watched the first season. It's good.
Yeah.
The thing
But
with me and
the
anime,
manga's better for
I
Ajin.
didn't even know there was a manga.
Well, no, because I borrowed my friend Eddie's wonderful login thanks to Crunchyroll, and I read
Thanks, FBI, if you're listening.
we don't like to
Selling
pay
them
for
out.
anything.
and I read Ajin on the Crunchyroll app, and I was hooked. So I found out it was coming to Netflix. I was like, I gotta watch it. It was good.
Yeah,
There you go.
I'm sorry we bored you
There's-
guys with anime.
there's
Well,
so,
the list you guys gave me so long, I don't know what I'm going to be doing for the next 2 weeks.
Watching anime.
So
Oh, you can also watch Anohana, the flower we
boil
saw.
it down here, Eddie. Give us like one or two beginner animes.
Beginner anime.
Yes.
Akira for a more normal audience. Ninja
And
Scroll.
that's a movie. Akira.
That's a movie.
All right, give us a series.
A
Here.
series.
Yeah.
A small series. Your Lie in April. I really enjoyed it. It has, and it's
It's not
like-
violent. It's
not violent.
It's kind of cute. It's kind of
Yeah,
funny.
Cute, funny, romantic.
There you go.
Whatever. Teenage love.
So you want to tell them to watch Psychopaths?
Oh yeah, Psychopaths. Psychopaths is
That was a
great.
good one.
It's a good one.
Sorry,
There's
guys.
so
I'll
there's
stop.
There's so many.
so
There's
we
so
could
many
be here all
animes.
day.
Oh my god.
Of all
We'll
those,
probably
how
talk
did you
about
not
more.
mention Pokemon?
Because that's That's probably a fan favorite. Anyone listening or anyone.
Yeah, a
who
lot
ever
of folks
talks
already know about
anime,
Pokemon
but-
by now.
Yeah, and it's almost considered a cartoon because it's been here for fucking
Long
forever.
time.
and-
Forever.
But no, I never watched it, so that's the reason why I didn't. I didn't become a Pokemon fan until very recently. The Pokemon X and Y was the first Pokemon game I actually played. So because I had a frog.
Wait, what? You never played
Is that a
Pokemon Yellow
frog?
as a kid?
Nope.
Get the fuck out of here. You a copper.
You're done.
You're a copper, son. You're a copper.
Even I played Pokemon.
Nice.
I had Pokemon Blue.
On that note, thanks, Eddie. I think we learned some stuff.
Are we signing off? What are we doing today?
I think we're signing off.
Let's,
We're gonna go drink till the Super Bowl starts.
So we have a big announcement. We said we were going to do some cool giveaways, right?
What?
So here's the first one, and here's how you're going to get it.
Yes, tell me.
First of all, I want to thank my friend Randy for donating this beautiful poster. It's a Black Panther.
You folks take a look at it. I'm holding it right now.
Yeah, we're going to post some pictures, obviously, online. It's the legit movie poster, Black Panther. So the way you're going to get it is you're going to share this episode, or next week's we're going to have this go out until the movie starts. Share our episode, tag us, Nofa Show, tag 3 of your friends who you think might like it. Write us a comment, and then you're going to be entered to win.
Winner will be chosen at random?
Yep, we'll pick a random
All right.
person. We'll ship it to you. Continental US only. Yeah.
For now. We'll upgrade later, guys. Just
Everybody-
Do we
give it a
have
shot.
listeners overseas?
I don't know yet. It's definitely possible.
Anyone in
Probably
Canada
not,
listening to
though.
us, just give us a shot.
Yeah.
Comment to us. We'll get back to you, Canada.
So Facebook only on that. We'll put up some more details, obviously, online.
yes.
Look for that. It's a really cool poster. We're looking forward to the movie.
I tried to steal
Definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Thanks, everybody. Find us on our website, nofashow.com, Facebook, Instagram, Podbean, Google Play Music. Thanks, guys. What's anything else you want to add to the
Everybody enjoy the Super Bowl. Go
Yeah.
Patriots.
Keep on keeping
Do
on.
what you will
Go
with that game.
Patriots.
We love
Go
it.
Pats.
Nice. We'll see you next time, guys. Episode 5 coming up next week.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Mr. Pink out.